Okay, so like picture this. You're in the store
Okay.
and you're ready to buy a new TV. You're ready for like a big upgrade.
Right.
But then you see all this crazy jargon,
Yeah.
like HDMI, 4K, HDR.
Yeah.
It's like you need a whole engineering degree just to figure out what to buy.
Absolutely.
Well, don't worry, because today we're going to do a deep dive into some of that common TV tech talk.
I love it.
And the fun part is our source material for this is actually an English as a second language podcast.
Interesting.
So we're not just going to be like decoding the tech itself, but also kind of seeing how language is used to explain all these concepts.
It's a really cool perspective, I think.
Yeah, so let's just jump right in.
Okay.
The first word that really stood out to me was appreciate.
Oh, interesting.
The host of that podcast, he uses
Dialogue.
it when he's talking about how he needs a new TV to like fully appreciate the graphics of his video game.
Oh, that's a great example.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't just say, like, I want a bigger screen or I like a bigger screen. He uses the word appreciate, which means that there's like a deeper level of understanding and enjoyment.
Right. It's like recognizing the artistry behind it.
Exactly.
It's like, I appreciate a gourmet meal,
Yes.
not just because it tastes good, but because I get it.
You understand all the work that went into it.
Right.
The craft.
Different flavors and stuff.
Absolutely.
So in that podcast, the speaker is basically saying his current TV isn't good enough to show off like how awesome the visuals of his games are.
He needs an upgrade.
He needs that upgrade to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Speaking of upgrades,
Okay.
there's that word upgrade,
Upgrade.
which is always exciting.
Yes.
It's about going from good to better.
It is. It's a really powerful word in technology because it suggests, improvement, advancement.
Like leveling up.
Leveling up, exactly.
I mean, in this case, the podcast host wants to upgrade his TV to get that like a really immersive gaming experience with those incredible graphics.
Right. He wants to be able to see all of the detail,
Mhm.
all the, the crisp lines.
Yeah, and the vibrant colors.
Exactly. And it's interesting how upgrade isn't just about getting something new. It's about getting something better.
Right.
It's a very specific choice.
Right. It's like,
Clear.
my current TV's fine,
Yeah.
but I want something that's going to blow me away.
Exactly.
Now, to really get blown away by a TV, we got to talk about graphics.
Yes.
That word comes up all the time when you're shopping for a TV.
All the time, because graphics are really at the heart of the visual experience.
Mm-hmm.
They refer to the images, the visuals, everything that you see on that screen.
It's what makes everything come to life.
Exactly.
And in the podcast, they use graphics in a bunch of different ways, like graphic designers, computer graphics, video game graphics.
Right.
This is a pretty versatile word.
It is. And when it comes to TVs, the quality of the graphics can make or break the experience.
Right. You want something high definition with like really stunning graphics.
You want to feel like you're right there in the action.
It's the difference between
Other
seeing a blurry pixelated image
Right.
and feeling like you're really immersed in the world.
Yes, exactly.
This is where things can get kind of intimidating, though,
Okay.
because then we get into all the tech acronyms,
And
and it feels like you need to learn a whole secret code.
alphabet soup.
Yeah, like HDMI, USB, DVI.
All right.
Help.
Don't worry.
Okay.
We'll break it down for you.
Okay.
So let's start with HDMI.
HDMI.
Which stands for High Definition Multimedia Interface.
Okay.
And that's like the most common connection you'll find on TVs these days.
HDMI. Okay, so what makes it so special?
Well, it's a single cable.
Yeah.
And that one cable carries both audio and video signal.
Oh, so it's like one cable for everything.
One cable, that's it.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
No more messy wires.
Right, like we used to have.
Exactly.
So HDMI is like the one ring to rule them all.
I like that.
All the connections.
Yes.
Okay, well, speaking of connections, what about USB?
Oh, USB.
I know that one from like my computer and my phone.
Right.
What's it doing on a TV?
So USB stands for Universal Serial Bus.
Universal Serial Bus.
And it's used for all sorts of devices.
Okay.
So on a TV, you can use USB ports to connect things like external hard drives,
Right.
flash drives, even your smartphone.
So I could watch movies from my hard drive on my TV.
Exactly.
Or like look at pictures from my phone.
Yes, all kinds of things.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, last acronym, we got to decode.
Okay.
DVI.
DVI.
What is that one all about?
So DVI stands for Digital Visual Interface.
Digital Visual Interface.
And it's mainly used for connecting computers to monitors or TVs.
So if I wanted to use my TV as a giant computer screen, that's the connection I would use.
That's the one.
So I could like browse the web on my TV.
Yes.
Or work on documents, or even play computer games.
It basically turns your TV into like this multifunctional display.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So imagine you've like navigated this world of connections.
Okay.
You're feeling good.
Well,
You've decided you want the best of the best.
Okay.
You want the works.
The works.
That's like when you order a burger.
Yes.
With all the toppings, extra cheese,
Ugh.
the whole 9 yards.
You want it all.
I want it all.
Exactly. The works means you want everything, all the bells and whistles, the most fully loaded version.
So we're talking about TVs. The works
It
mean
means you're getting the highest resolution, the best sound system,
all the latest features?
all the features, maybe even voice control or like built-in streaming apps.
Oh yeah, all the fancy stuff.
All the fancy stuff.
Give me the ultimate TV experience.
Exactly. Spare no expense.
And they use the works in the podcast to talk about a car and even a hamburger.
It's true.
So it really is just about wanting the most complete package.
The whole package, yes.
But of course, when you start thinking about getting the works, there's always that little voice in the back of your head that says,
How much is this going to cost?
yeah, like, how much is this going to set me back?
That's the phrase.
Makes my wallet nervous.
Set me back is a very casual way of asking about the price.
Yeah.
But it
Vocabulary
also
preview.
kind of acknowledges that, like, this purchase might have a real impact on your finances.
Right? It's like, okay, be honest. How much damage are we talking?
Exactly.
But in a more fun way.
Much more lighthearted.
It's less about the exact price
Yes.
and more about like the overall cost compared to your budget.
Right.
Like, okay, this new TV is going to set me back a few months of savings.
A couple paychecks.
But it's worth it.
But it's worth it. You deserve it.
So remember, next time you're at the store and you see that shiny new gadget,
Yes.
don't be afraid to ask, how much is this going to set me back?
It's a question every shopper should ask.
But now that we've talked about cost, let's talk about that moment when you finally bring that new TV home.
Okay.
You're unboxing it,
The excitement.
the anticipation,
Yes.
and then there's that all-important step of hooking it up.
Hooking it up.
I can already smell that new electronics smell.
I love that smell.
And it's more than just plugging in a few cables, right?
It is. It's about bringing all the pieces together.
Mm-hmm.
Connecting your new TV to the sound system, your gaming console, all your streaming devices.
It's about making that sleek black rectangle into a portal to a whole world of entertainment.
That's a great way to put it.
Creating your own personal home theater.
Yeah.
And hooking it up isn't just about the physical connections either.
Right.
It's about the emotional connection, too.
It is.
It's about the excitement of getting everything ready for movie night or that big game.
Absolutely.
It's like, all right,
Yes.
let the entertainment begin.
Exactly.
But before we hit play,
Okay.
we got to figure out where we're putting this beautiful new centerpiece.
That's true. Are we thinking a traditional TV stand?
Yeah.
Or are we going to go modern with a wall mount?
Wall mounts are super popular these days.
They are very trendy.
It just gives a room that sleek, modern look.
It does.
And wall mount can be both a noun and a verb.
That's true.
It can be the bracket that holds the TV.
Yes.
And it can be the act of putting it on the wall.
So you could say, I need to buy a wall mount for my new TV.
Right.
Or I'm going to wall mount my TV above the fireplace.
It's like saying goodbye, bulky TV stand, hello, minimalist chic.
Exactly. And with that image in mind,
Yeah.
I think it's time to take a quick break.
Hi.
We'll give our listeners a moment to absorb all this tech talk,
Right.
maybe even picture their own dream TV setup.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back to continue our deep dive into the world of TV tech.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everyone.
So I don't know about you, but I am already picturing my dream TV setup.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Like, I can practically see it mounted on the wall.
Sleek and modern.
Exactly.
Right.
But before we go too crazy with the home theater fantasies,
Right.
I think we should circle back to a couple of those expressions we were talking about.
Okay.
Like, hook it up and set me back.
Those are good ones.
Yeah, they come up all the time. And they really have, like, layers of meaning that go beyond just buying a TV.
Absolutely.
Like with hook it up. In the podcast, they use it when they're talking about connecting all the cables and getting the TV ready to go.
Right. The actual physical setup.
But then it
Dialogue.
also has that more figurative meaning.
Right. Like when you do someone a favor.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I know a guy who can get you a discount on that new phone. I'll hook you up.
Exactly. It's about making things happen.
Yeah, facilitating something good.
And when we're talking about TVs, hooking it up really captures that excitement of making everything work together perfectly.
Right. It's about creating a whole experience.
More than just the sum of its parts.
So let's shift gears a bit and talk about that phrase that always makes me a little anxious.
Does set me back.
Yeah, it's so casual.
It is.
But it has this underlying sense of financial impact.
It does. It's a polite way of asking about the price.
Right. It's like saying, hit me with it, how much is this going to cost?
Exactly, but without being so direct.
Right. It's a softer approach.
More playful.
And I think it invites a more interesting response.
Oh, definitely. Instead of just giving you a number.
Right.
They might say something like, well, it's a bit of an investment, but the picture quality is amazing.
Or, it's actually really affordable for a TV with all these features.
Right, so it becomes a conversation about value.
Which is important when you're making a big purchase like a TV.
Absolutely. It's not just about the price tag, it's about the whole experience.
And this idea of value versus cost actually leads us to a bigger question that I was thinking about.
Okay, what's that?
How has our relationship with television changed over time?
Oh, that's a fascinating question.
Right. Like we've come a long way from those old bulky TVs with rabbit ears.
Those were the days.
I know. And now TVs are so much sleeker, smarter, more integrated into our lives.
And the language we use to talk about TVs has changed too.
Right.
We have all these new terms like HDTV, smart TV, streaming, wall mounting.
It shows how much our viewing habits have evolved.
Exactly. It's not just a passive activity anymore.
Right. We're curating our own content libraries. We're connecting our TVs to the internet.
We're using them for gaming, video calls, all sorts of things.
It's like the TV has become the center of our digital lives.
The hub of everything.
But this shift also brings up some interesting questions. Or, for example, with so much content available on demand, are we watching more TV than ever before?
Or are we just watching it differently?
And how has the rise of
Other
streaming
example.
services changed our relationship with traditional broadcast television?
Are we becoming more isolated in our viewing habits?
Or are there still those shared moments of watching live events or popular shows together?
That's a good point. It's almost like we're at a crossroads in TV history.
On one hand, we have all this amazing technology that gives us so much control and choice.
But on the other hand, we have to be mindful of how it's affecting our viewing habits and social interactions.
Right. It's a delicate balance between embracing the new and preserving those aspects of television that have always brought people together.
Exactly. Finding that sweet spot.
And speaking of bringing people together,
Yes.
I think that's a perfect segue into the idea of wall mounting a TV.
Ah, yes. Wall mounting, the modern way to display your screen.
It's become so popular, and it really shows how TVs are no longer just functional appliances.
Right. They're part of the decor.
They're design elements.
Wall mounting a TV isn't just about saving space.
Right.
It's about making the TV a focal point in the room.
Almost like a piece of art.
Exactly. It's like saying, this isn't just a screen, this is a window to another world.
A canvas for storytelling.
A source of shared experiences.
And that brings us back to that big question we were discussing earlier.
About how technology is changing the way we watch TV.
Yeah, and what it means for those communal viewing experiences that have always been so important to us.
It's a complex issue, for sure.
On one hand, we have this incredible freedom to watch what we want, when we want, how we want.
Streaming services, on-demand content, personalized recommendations, it's all right there.
But are we losing something in this shift toward individualization?
Are we missing out on those spontaneous moments of shared laughter, surprise, sadness that happen when we watch something together?
Like those collective gasps,
Yeah.
tears that make you feel connected.
Part of something bigger than yourself?
Remember gathering around the TV for the Super Bowl.
Or the season finale of your favorite show?
And then talking about it with your friends and coworkers the next day.
Those shared experiences really shaped our conversations, our sense of community, even our understanding of the world.
It makes you wonder, in a world of personalized playlists and on-demand everything, are we losing that shared cultural fabric?
It's a valid concern.
But I also think there's room for optimism.
I agree.
Technology is always evolving.
That's true.
Who knows what new ways of connecting through entertainment might emerge?
Like imagine virtual watch parties.
Oh, yeah?
Where friends and family from all over the world can gather in a digital space,
Watch a movie or a live event together.
share their reactions in real time.
That would be amazing. It's like combining the best of both worlds.
The freedom of individual choice with the joy of a shared experience.
And maybe that's the key takeaway from all of this.
What's that?
To be mindful of how technology is changing our relationship with television.
Okay.
To embrace the possibilities, but also to actively seek out those moments of shared connection.
To remember that the real magic of television is about those shared experiences.
The laughter, the debates, the emotional roller coasters we go through together.
Exactly.
Vocabulary preview.
All right, so we're back and ready to wrap up our deep dive into PV Tech Talk.
It's been a really interesting conversation.
It has. We've covered everything from HDMI and USB to hook it up and set me back.
We even got a little philosophical there, talking about how technology is changing the way we watch TV.
Right, and that's what I love about these deep dives.
Yeah.
We always end up in some unexpected places.
It's all connected.
But before we get too carried away, I wanted to circle back to something we talked about earlier, wall mounting a TV.
Oh yeah, that's become such a popular trend.
It really shows how TVs aren't just appliances anymore.
Their design elements a part of the decor.
Exactly. Wall mounting a TV is like making a statement.
It's about creating a focal point in the room.
Almost like a piece of art.
Yeah, like saying, this isn't just a screen, it's a window to another world.
A canvas for storytelling.
A source of shared experiences.
And that brings us back to that big question about how technology is changing those shared experiences.
Right. Are we losing something in this shift towards individualization?
Are we missing out on those moments of connection that happen when we watch something together?
Like those collective gasps or cheers or tears?
The moments that make you feel like you're part of something bigger.
Remember gathering around the TV for the Super Bowl or a big game?
Or the season finale of your favorite show.
And then talking about it with everyone the next day.
Those shared experiences really helped shape our culture, our conversations.
Our sense of community.
And it makes you wonder if we're losing that shared cultural fabric in a world of personalized playlists and on-demand everything.
It's a valid concern, but I also think we need to be optimistic.
I agree. Technology is always evolving. Who knows what new ways of connecting through entertainment we might see in the future.
Imagine virtual watch parties where you can watch movies with friends and family from all over the world.
That would be awesome.
You could share your reactions in real time. It would be like being in the same room together.
That would be a great way to combine the freedom of individual choice with the joy of a shared experience.
Exactly. And maybe that's the key takeaway from all of this.
What's that?
To be mindful of how technology is changing our relationship with television.
To embrace the possibilities, but also to actively seek out those moments of shared connection.
To remember that the real magic of television isn't just about the pixels on the screen.
It's about the laughter, the debates, the emotional roller coasters we experience together.
It's about those shared moments that make watching TV so special.
Well said. And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive into the world of TV Tech Talk.
We hope you enjoyed the journey.
And learned a few things along the way.
And remember, whether you're hooking up a brand new 8K TV with all the works or just enjoying a classic movie on your old set.
The most important thing is to share the experience with the people you care about.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those screens glowing with the warmth of shared entertainment.
We'll see you next time.
Second paragraph in the dialogue. Dialogue.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And my name is Catherine. So, Marco, you've been shopping a lot lately.
I have, and this dialogue or this lesson today is one of my favorite pieces of furniture, maybe appliances that I've bought recently, and it's a TV.
All right. So I'd even go for electronics with that one. The electronics department is somewhere you like to hang out.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, I think every guy loves, like a big screen TV and a home theater system. So you just like go deaf after watching.
Yeah, why is that? Is bigger really better when it comes to like a 70-inch TV?
Well, I don't know. I think, the whole experience of just seeing this movie on this huge TV and like having all the sound and I don't know, it's just something about that. Or watching a football game with your buddies and you can actually watch. Yeah.
Okay, that I can appreciate. But we've got a couple of great words for you. We're going to preview in today's vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
Okay, so on vocabulary preview today, we're going to be looking at two words. The first one is to appreciate.
All right, so this basically means to like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you appreciate someone. But in this context, to enjoy or take advantage of something. So
maybe you hear this with a couple, two people who are fighting, and the girl says to the guy, "You don't appreciate me." So he doesn't really care about her in the way that she wants him to. Or you could say this about a TV, for example. "I can't appreciate my PS3, my great, awesome console, my gaming system, because my TV is not good enough."
Or big enough.
Or big enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or big enough. So this means that it could be a lot better if I just bought a better TV.
Right. And if you buy a better TV, then you basically are upgrading or to upgrade.
Okay, so this verb to upgrade means to go from something that's okay to something that's better.
Exactly. So in previous lessons, we've seen to get a complimentary upgrade, for example, on a flight or in a hotel.
I like that. Well, you can also get an upgrade on a computer. You say, well, my computer's from 1994. I really need to get an upgrade.
Other
For
example.
sure. So to upgrade. Now, we're going to be listening to this dialogue for the first time. We're going to be buying a TV. So let's listen.
Seriously, I don't know why we need to get a new TV.
Honey, I told you already. I can't appreciate the graphics level and detail of the games on my PlayStation 3 on our old TV.
Good afternoon, folks. How can I be of service today?
I'm looking to upgrade to a newer, bigger television set.
You've come to the right place. What size are you looking for?
Just a normal-sized TV for a living room.
I see. Well, this set here is on sale. It's a 46-inch HT TV screen and it has all the works. 3 HDMI connectors, USB, VGA, and S-video ports. It even has a DVI port so you can hook up your PC or laptop. This is without a doubt the complete home theater experience.
This is exactly what I need. Can you imagine watching movies or playing video games on this thing?
Honey, I think it's a bit too big. I don't even think it will fit in our living room.
Not to worry, we will deliver and install it in your home. It comes with a wall mount so you can just hang it on the wall like a picture.
This is great. How much will this set me back?
Lucky for you, this is the last one we have in stock, so it's half off.
I'll take it.
All right, so I'm going to have to defer to you, Marco, on some of these words in today's language takeaway because they're all about TV specifics.
Language takeaway.
All right. The first word that we're going to be looking at is graphics, the graphics level.
All right, so you might have heard this before with the phrase graphic designer, someone who designs images. But in this case, we're talking about graphics, so the way things appear on your TV.
So like basically the pictures, right? So he wanted to appreciate the graphics of his PlayStation 3 better, and that's why he wanted a new TV.
All right, we could say, my computer has amazing graphics. It means games are really fun because they look good.
Or this game has amazing graphics, so the game has, places or scenery that looks really real.
Right, so graphics. But some kinds of TVs are made to provide those wonderful graphics, and those are called HD TV.
Right, an HD TV, or that's an acronym for high definition television.
All right, and I heard some actors and actresses were complaining about HD TV because the picture quality is so good that you can see all of the little problems on their face, the little wrinkles and the pimples and the scars. So be careful because one day we're going to be able to see way too much.
Exactly. So on high definition television, that's basically what you get is better definition, better level of graphics.
So more pixels per inch. You can see a lot more clarity.
Right. So an HD TV.
The next thing we're talking about is actually kind of
Vocabulary
related to the
preview.
back part of your TV where you plug things in. Sometimes it's on the side, sometimes it's on the back. Well, there are different names for different kinds of plugs. So today we're going to talk about two of those. One of them is USB.
Right. This TV has a USB port, which basically stands for Universal Serial Bus.
All right. So a port is a place where you plug something in. Your computer has a lot of ports as well. But USB is maybe more common for people who have iPods or computers because this is how we normally connect things to our computers.
So in this case, this television, you could connect maybe your iPod and reproduce videos or pictures onto the TV.
Awesome. Or in the second case, we have a DVI port. So DV, you're going to have to tell me about this one, Marco, because I'm not so sure.
Well, a DVI is basically a digital video input. So basically you can connect your computer to the TV and see what's on your screen.
Nice. And so if you have a bunch of movies stored on your computer, you can just plug it into the TV and watch.
Or you can even navigate the internet on a big screen TV.
Cool. All right. So what are these 3 HDMI connectors?
All right. Well, this is a new technology. Basically, how before you used to get your DVD player, your VHS, and you had 3 cables, 2 for sound and 1 for video.
Yeah, the red, yellow, and white cables.
Exactly. So with this new type of cable or technology, with 1 cable, it takes all the information to the TV. So just 1 cable for everything.
Oh, nice. Because my problem is I always used to put the wrong cable in the wrong port. So I'd have the red cable in the yellow port. And then I'd say, where's the video? I can't see. All I can do is listen.
Yeah, it happens. So with this, now it's easy. And well, it's a little bit more organized because I remember I used to have a TV and I had a lot of different things connected to it. It was just this big spider web in the back with all these cables. So an HDMI, high definition multimedia interface connector. And what else do we have?
Well, the last thing we're talking about is actually the place to put your TV. So a lot of people now are putting their TVs on walls like paintings because these TVs are so thin. So we call this a wall mount.
So a mount. To mount something is also a verb, right?
It means to put something up or to hang something up. So many people like to mount their trophies to show off.
Very good. So this is what we're doing with the TV. We're going to mount it on the wall like a painting.
Cool. So those are our words for language takeaway. Let's take another listen to today's dialogue, but we're going to slow it down this time and really figure out what's going on.
Seriously, I don't know why we need to get a new TV.
Honey, I told you already. I can't appreciate the graphics level and detail of the games on my PlayStation 3 on our old TV.
Good afternoon, folks. How can I be of service today?
I'm looking to upgrade to a newer, bigger television set.
You've come to the right place. What size are you looking for?
Just a normal-sized TV for our living room.
I see. Well, this set here is on sale. It's a 46-inch HD TV screen and it has all the works. 3 HDMI connectors, USB, VGA, and S-video ports. It even has a DVI port so you can hook up your PC or laptop. This is without a doubt the complete home theater experience.
This is exactly what I need. Can you imagine watching movies or playing video games on this thing?
Honey, I think it's a bit too big. I don't even think it will fit in our living room.
Not to worry, we will deliver and install it in your home. It comes with a wall mount so you can just hang it on the wall like a picture.
This is great. How much will this set me back?
Lucky for you, this is the last one we have in stock, so it's half off.
I'll take it.
All right, so now we're going to be taking a look at 3 different phrases that we saw in this dialogue in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
All right, this first phrase is definitely one that I use a lot. We can talk about food, we can talk about electronics, we can talk about most different things, but the phrase here is the works.
He's getting the works.
All right, that means any option he could get, any possibility, he wants it all.
Right. So if you're getting a new car, for example, right, you're getting the high definition sound system, you're getting nice tires, leather seats, you're getting the works.
All right, or if you're getting a hamburger and you want the works, you're getting it with cheese and lettuce and tomato and pepper and bacon. And, it means every option, you're getting it all.
The works. So I think this word is so versatile that we should maybe listen to some more examples.
Example 1.
The bridegroom was wearing a morning suit, top hat, gloves, the works.
Example 2.
He spent over $10,000 on his home theater system. He got all the works.
Example 3.
I bought a new car with all the works, magnesium rims, custom paint, and leather seats.
So now that we've seen the works on the home theater system, he needs to hook it up.
All right, so this is an important part and a very exciting part of a new purchase. So when you buy something, you have to hook it up. That means you have to plug things together. Okay, so we plug things into the wall for electricity, but also hook up maybe those cords you were talking about earlier, that HDMI connector. That's called hooking up or connecting.
So you would hook up your DVD player to your television.
All right, I could ask you, did you hook up those new speakers to your big TV yesterday?
Very good, right?
All
so
right.
To connect. It's another way of saying to connect.
And finally, the big event when you're buying something is the end, when you have to actually pay. And this guy is a little bit worried that the things he wants cost a lot of money. So he asks a really great question.
Yeah, he said, how much will this set me back?
Okay, this sounds a little weird at first because you could just say, how much will this cost? But he's speaking in a very colloquial way, very familiar. And he
Mhm.
says, how much will this set me back?
Right.
So how much will this cost me?
So how much am I actually going to spend? So it's just a different way of saying how much does it cost. But it's, like you say, more colloquial. It's a lot more native.
Exactly. And so if you're writing your paper, you don't want to write this, this will set you back $500 in economics, but we'd say this in spoken language in our normal daily lives with friends.
So why don't we listen to a couple more examples of set me back?
Example 1.
This unexpected expense is going to set us back a couple $1,000s.
Example 2.
That fancy dinner at the restaurant last night really set us back.
Example 3.
I feel guilty about buying this coat. It set me back over $300.
All right, great. So now that we've taken a look at those great phrases and with some good examples, why don't we listen to this dialogue one last time?
Seriously, I don't know why we need to get a new TV.
Honey, I told you already. I can't appreciate the graphics level and detail of the games on my PlayStation 3 on our old TV.
Good afternoon, folks. How can I be of service today?
I'm looking to upgrade to a newer, bigger television set.
You've come to the right place. What size are you looking for?
Just a normal sized TV for our living room.
I see. Well, this set here is on sale. It's a 46-inch HT TV screen and it has all the works. 3 HDMI connectors, USB, VGA, and S-video ports. It even has a DVI port so you can hook up your PC or laptop. This is without a doubt the complete home theater experience.
This is exactly what I need. Can you imagine watching movies or playing video games on this thing?
Honey, I think it's a bit too big. I don't even think it will fit in our living room.
Not to worry, we will deliver and install it in your home. It comes with a wall mount so you can just hang it on the wall like a picture.